Modern ships are made with welded steel, nuts, and bolts. But what makes a ship is its crew. The third mate is the entry-level position for the licensed officer. But even though he's a junior officer, he still plays a vital part of the ship's crew. He has a huge role in ship operation and a ton of responsibility. So let's take a closer look at the day in the life of the third mate. This is an American flagged car carrier, also known as a Roro. It picks up and delivers cars all over the world. It has a crew of about 20. And out of that 20, there is only one third mate, and that's Corbett. Connor's agreed to take us into his world and give us a glimpse of what it's like being a third mate on a Roro.
My name's Corbett. I'm the third mate here on the Roro Liberty Peace. I'm from Long Island, New York. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida now. I've been sailing for about 2.5 years. I graduated SUNY Maritime College in 2022, so coming up on 3 years. School was good. Had a lot of good times, made a lot of good friends, lifelong friends, and it was tough, but you get through it. It's worth it at the end. So, my dad was in the Marine Corps, and he told me when he got out, if he knew about the academies like Kings Point, SUNY Maritime, all that he would have did that. He regrets that he never did it. So I kind of took over, and here we are. I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I like traveling, so there's nothing better than getting paid to travel. I like meeting all different types of people, like-minded people, of course. We have a lot of good times out here.
On most cargo ships, the officers have a particular responsibility. The chief mate is primarily in charge of the cargo. The second mate is the navigation officer, makes the voyage plans. And usually the third mate is in charge of all the safety equipment.
You are the safety officer and the medical officer on board, so you deal with all the safety stuff. We're inspecting all our safety gear, making sure it's all good to go. That's your biggest responsibility on the ship. That includes firefighting stuff, extinguishers, fire stations, all of that. Make sure that's good to go. SCBAs, emergency escape breathing devices, life rings, life rafts, anything LSA, which is life-saving appliance that falls, that's your responsibility to make sure that stuff is good to go at all times, no discrepancies. Medical officer, you're in charge of, maintaining the inventory in the hospital. If any of the crew has any issues as far as medical, they come to you. You make note of it and then pass it on to the captain.
Cargo ships like this never sleep. There is always somebody up, somebody awake, someone standing a watch. With Connor being the third mate, he has to stand one of these watches. And it's not a typical workday.
So we wake up at 0700, eat breakfast, and then we're on the bridge by 0800 for our first watch, the morning watch. So when we take over a watch, usually, we're just doing collision avoidance, maneuvering for traffic, monitoring what's going on around us. If it's quiet outside, there's nothing, no traffic, nothing going on, we could do some any odds and ends we have to figure out as far as paperwork wise. There's always plenty of that. So the most exciting thing to happen on a watch is usually traffic situations, maneuvering for traffic. When you're on these long sea passages, there's pretty much days and days on end when you see nothing. When finally you have a ship you have to move for, usually we call them up and see what they're doing, make arrangements to pass. Alter course a couple degrees, nothing crazy, just to get a good distance away. That's basically it, just hanging out, drinking some coffee. About noon we get relieved by the second mate, and then from 12 to 1300 we have an hour break for lunch. So we eat lunch, and then from 1300 to 1700 is our overtime period. Usually inspections during overtime, LSA items, so life-saving appliances. And then once that's done for the month, whatever the chief mate has planned for the day, chipping, painting, any odd and end projects. We work till 1700. After that, we're eating dinner, and then we have a few hours before we have to be back up on the bridge for our night watch. So in my spare time on a ship, I usually work out, watch movies, a lot of movies, and then, of course, the nap. My nap is very important. If I don't get my nap, it's not a good day for everybody around me. So then we're back up on the bridge at 2000 until midnight. And then usually falling asleep by midnight 30, 0100, and we do it all again the next day.
If you're enjoying this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel to see more Merchant Mariner content. Every sailor loves a good seagoing routine, but the real action happens when you're in port. And a good port stay all starts with the mooring operations.
Before we get into port, we normally have a docking diagram. It's a plan on the tie-up. Shows you what lines go out first, where the bollards are on the dock. And so when we get there, we already have an idea of what we're doing.
In a nutshell, mooring operations are when you tie a ship to a dock. It's a coordinated effort between the ship, the longshoreman, the bow, the stern. It's an all-hands event, many moving parts. And as third mate, Connor is in charge of running the bow.
We oversee the whole operation, making sure everybody's safe. Watching all your guys working the lines, where their hands are, where their feet are at all times. Always looking over the side. That's a big part too. You always want to keep your head on a swivel, because that's the most dangerous part, in my opinion, about this job is mooring. That's where the most accidents are going to happen.
Once mooring operations are complete and the ship is all fast, the fun is just beginning, because now cargo operations start. Like we mentioned earlier, this is a car carrier, also known as a Roro, roll on, roll off, which means all the cargo on this vessel comes aboard via the ramps, usually by a small army of stevedores. Sometimes up to 100 stevedores can be working a ship. So cargo operations is somewhat of a catastrophic ballet. 1 million moving parts, people running around, cars driving around, just complete mayhem. And caught in the middle of it is Connor.
So cargo operations on this ship, I've seen them last 6-7 hours to 2 to 3 days. It all depends on, what cargo we have and how fast the longshoremen are moving. Me and the second mate stand 6 and 6 watches, so 6 hours on, 6 hours off. It's the busiest watch, in my opinion. Usually in the morning, cargo is just starting up. You have a bunch of contractors coming on board, longshoremen. So during cargo watch, we're working the longshoremen, making sure they're following the cargo stowage plan. That's a very big deal. The cargo stowage plan is a plan made up by the chief mate, where we're going to distribute all the cargo to keep the stability of the ship.
Our cargo operations right now, loading 1,000 Mercedes from the top down throughout 4 decks. Take about 8 hours to do. These guys are pretty quick. They load them and they lash them at the same time. They're very efficient.
On this vessel, we have 12 decks. They all open and close.
And just like that, after all the chaos and mayhem, the ship leaves port and returns to a seagoing routine. Even though the third mate is the entry-level position for the officers, bottom of the pecking order, you can see how much responsibility he has. Whether that be standing a navigation watch, being the safety officer, running a mooring station, or overseeing cargo, the third mate is a vital part of the ship's crew. A big thank you to Connor for taking us along and showing us what it's like.
So my advice to someone that wants to become an officer. So I would say don't give up. The schooling, all of that, it's very tedious. The studying, everything, it's not fun. It takes time, but if you put in the effort and the time, it's all worth it in the end. You see a lot of cool stuff out here. You meet great people, make good memories, and it's all worth it in the end. Just never give up when you're trying to pursue a license. And if anyone wants to, reach out, have any questions on the process of becoming an officer, you could reach out to me on my Instagram. I guess we'll attach it to the link in the bio. I'm doing your job for you.
And a big thank you and shout out to our Patreon crew. I really appreciate your guys' support. If you enjoyed the video and you'd like to support the channel, please consider liking, subscribing, or sharing the video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.